Oh my god, hey!
Hi.
Hello!
I am Mickey Jo.
I'm Aeron James.
And I'm Kate Reinking.
And we are about to do a Broadway scavenger hunt in midtown Manhattan for the next hour. We have come up with a list of Broadway themed challenges that the three of us are going to compete in, basically to see how much we can get done, how many points we can get out of a total of 100 in the next 60 minutes. After which we have to meet back here and we will lose a point for every minute that we are late. Some tasks are more straightforward than others and are worth 1, 2 or 3 points. Some are a little bit more complex or a little bit more location specific and are worth 5 points or even 10. Who feels confident? How are we feeling?
I don't, because I haven't made a plan at all.
I don't think I've made a plan. I just know some places I want to go to.
Yeah, I have a rough strategy for how I want to finish this, but not how to start, so we'll see.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I don't know what that could mean whatsoever. We will find out because we are about to begin. Oh my gosh.
I can already see things around here that I could do. Do I do all of these first?
Stop pre-scavenging. We have not begun scavenging. Any second now, it begins.
We are going.
All right, we got 10 seconds. 5,
Are we doing it?
4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go!
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Okay, we decided we weren't gonna force people to play rock, paper, scissors and go in different directions. Neither of them have gone the same way as I can't even see them anymore. Oh my gosh.
They both went in the other direction, so I definitely have a different strategy.
Right, so let's do the first one. The first one I'm going to do is right here. Here is a holographic poster for Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club. As you can see, when I turn, it changes. 3 different versions. I took that one off. Let's go.
I think what I'm going to end up doing is starting at the opposite end, because I know I want to get to TKTS before it gets too busy, so I can count off all the TKTS.
My goal is to go low down and work my way back up, but there's also tasks I could do right here at Hell's Kitchen. One of the points is to sing a song at a jukebox musical that's in that jukebox musical, so I could come here and sing New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of, or round and round it goes, baby, like, ooh, he don't know your name. There you go. If I had a plan, this was not it, but that is one task I can tick off.
Next door to it is one Schubert Alley, which is right here. This is a merch shop. There are 2 now. They've just opened a new one next to a Winter Garden, and I'm going to go in there and try and find an exclusive One Schubert Alley merch. I'm going to be quiet because it's quiet in here, so let's go and find it. And here is the One Schubert Alley merch. As you can see, all exclusive that you can only get here. How cool.
I am going to go to the Schubert Alley location by the Winter Garden, which is brand new, and then while I'm there, I can head to the James Earl Jones Theater, but it still has the Court Theater letters on the front. While I'm here, let's go to the Death Becomes Her holographic posters. So here we have holographic posters outside. Oh, they're so cool. There's another one. Do I get a point for each one? Probably not.
So my goal, as with the last time we did this challenge, which was in the West End, which is another video here on my channel you can go and watch if you would like, is to just try and get as many points as possible. On this one, we know that the max number of points is 100. Finding a Broadway performer and getting a selfie with them is the only 10-point task. That's something I can't control. I can't make that happen. So I'm going to try and get as close to 90 as possible. Here's another one. Oh, pose with a Broadway ad trash can. I've just seen one. It's here. I'm going to say hello to J.J. Neiman from the Book of Mormon. That is an old ad because he's currently in Hamilton.
What else? Go to Times Square and list 5 shows set in New York. We are currently in Times Square. And Boop actually takes place right there on the steps, so that's 1. We have, of course, New York takes place in New York City. 2 Strangers Carry a Cake Across New York. They didn't say it has to be just Broadway. That takes place, of course, in New York. Why can I think of none right now? Hamilton takes place in New York. And 42nd Street. There we go. That's 5.
That's even more.
That is 5. I am definitely not. Should I count the people in the TKTS line is the question. This line is so freaking long.
Okay, it's a 1-point task, but what I'm going to do is going to walk between 2 theatres on different streets without using an avenue. So as you can see, here is Hell's Kitchen at the Schubert. There is the Booth Theatre, where John Proctor is the villain, is at. And I'm going to walk between the two of them using Schubert Alley, which is one of our all-time favourite places on 44th and 45th Streets. It links for 2, so I can walk from one to the other. Not using an avenue, just using this little alley. Junior's Restaurant, the perfect place for an after-show cheeky cheesecake. And now I'm at the booth. I mean, I was in the middle of Schubert Alley, but I was by the stage door of the Schubert. So I did walk from one to the other. I need to work up this momentum. I just really have not planned things. Oh gosh.
Take a flyer in Times Square and pitch the show. Let's see if I can find a flyer. Could I get a flyer for one of the shows?
Which one?
Anyone. Thank you. All right, we got one for drag. I actually have not seen this show. It actually closes very soon, but it is a musical with a lot of really incredible drag performers. So there you go. As we're going by, there is a Death Becomes Her ad on the bus. We're doing so well, y'all.
So this is the real life 42nd Street. One of our tasks is to dance on the actual 42nd Street. I'm going to try and cross the street and do it in the middle of the street, but also there's a couple more things that I can do on either side of this street because there are a few theatres here, and not just Broadway theatres. So this is a fun fact. One of our tasks is to walk between an off-Broadway and a Broadway theatre, and I said basically you can make this as long or as short as you want to. There is one here, the Duke at New 42nd Street. New 42nd Street Studios. We're about to reach that off-Broadway theatre. This is where we saw the play Kowalski. So starting at an off-Broadway theatre, just over my shoulder there. That one, I'm going to walk to a Broadway theatre. That one, the Todd Hames Roundabout Theatre Company, next door, right next to it, a Broadway theatre next to an off-Broadway theatre. How cool is that?
We are almost to the James Earl Jones Theatre. I'm sure there was a closer one to do this, but we are going to go to Real Women Have Curves, which is also go to a theater named for a person. Oh, we'll be able to check both of these off here. Okay, so we are at, here, I will flip this around. There is Real Women Have Curves. If you look at the James Earl Jones Theater, you can still see where right up there, where it says the Court Theater, which is what it was named until recently when it was changed to the James Earl Jones Theater. James Earl Jones, of course, being the incredibly famous actor who performed a ton on Broadway, but is most famous for playing Darth Vader and Mufasa? Yes, Mufasa in the original Lion King animated film. So absolutely incredible actor who we lost recently, but thankfully they named the theater for him before he passed.
Let's see, can I find an ad for a closed show? Nope, those are all open. Any understudies on? No. No, Buena Vista's all good. They've got everybody on. Let's check Outsiders. Oh, I can do Outsiders to go to a Tony Award-winning show and say which Tony it won. I'm right there. And I can show you, literally on the sign. I'm really ad-libbing this. This is The Outsiders, and as you can see, it won the 2024 Tony Award for Best Musical. Right behind me. Yay! His first sign, Oh, no, they're all on. They are all on. That didn't work. Here's Operation Mincemeat. Is there something I can say about this? Oh, actually, yes. This is Operation Mincemeat, and what I'm going to say for this one is my favourite song from this show is Dear Bill. Jack Malone breaks my heart every time. It is the best moment of the show. I think it's the standout moment and love it so much.
Okay, so we're done there. Right now we are at 8 minutes and 40 seconds into this challenge, but remember I started a little late, so we're probably at 9 minutes. I have some time. We are currently close to Wicked and One Schubert Alley, the store, so we can definitely do that. I don't know if I'm gonna get to 42nd Street. That may be what I end up having to not do.
It's happening, everybody. I'm crossing 42nd Street. 6 seconds until the lights change. There we go. was a time step. Our final task down here on 42nd Street brings us to the New Amsterdam Theatre where Aladdin is currently playing. Our task is to stand beneath the lamp and make 3 wishes for Broadway. And my wishes for Broadway, 3 of them, more representation when it comes to body diversity and disability on stage and trans inclusivity in casting. That's all one big wish. Ticket prices, accessibility and affordability in ticket prices, especially when it comes to young people and the next generation of theatre goer. That's wish number 2. Wish number 3 for Broadway. Let's do something slightly more frivolous. I would like a revival of a little night music. There you go, nice and simple. And if I walk far enough away, you will see that the whole time, there it is, I was stood underneath Aladdin's lamp. Comment with your 3 wishes for Broadway in the comments section. What are we manifesting?
Right next door to it is the stage door. And for this one, I'm going to say a quick bit of stage door etiquette because linked to these shows, because Operation Mincemeat and Gypsy both share the same stage door. And what we've been noticing people have been doing, what Leslie Margarita said, is people have said, when she's come out with Operation Mincemeat playbills saying, we loved you in the show, and she was not in the show. So my bit of stage door advice is, make sure you're talking to the right performers. Make sure you know if you're celebrating people, that you're celebrating the right people and not mixing it, because then a compliment turns into kind of defeating people's joy after performing in a really strenuous show. But also, bit more, just prep everything ready. Here it's a lot easier, have your playbills out. Performers normally have pens and stuff. It's a lot easier than in the West End, so it's a lot easier to do.
The question is, does Just in Time do a rush? Because I could show you that one, and Just in Time is not announced one yet, so unfortunately I can't do that. But you know what does have a rush around here is if I go to the Winter Garden, which is just over here. All right, that one has one. I'm currently on bwayrush.com, which is my favorite resource for finding out what shows have a rush. They don't tell you where the line is, but all you have to do is wait in line for the box office. And usually the first person there will just start the line wherever, and people will get in line behind them at the doors to the box office. And then occasionally, if you line up and are going in a weird direction, they'll move you closer to open. But I've seen rush lines start at multiple locations as long as you're at the doors to the box office. So we will go to the Winter Garden, which is taking us in a far direction. But while we're over here, I know we can go to a restaurant with singing waiters. Hey!
I've just stumbled onto another task here at the Stephen Sondheim Theatre, which I guess used to be Henry Miller's Theatre, as shown up there, carved into the facade. It is now the Stephen Sondheim, renamed in the 2010s, and Juliet is currently playing here, but I've just found evidence of a theatre's old name. Yay for me. In fact, the reason I was coming here was for my next task, which I'm about to do. I'm going to stand at a theatre named for a person and tell you about who they were for 30 seconds. So the Stephen Sondheim Theatre on Broadway was renamed within the lifetime of the multi-award-winning, very celebrated and beloved composer-lyricist Stephen Sondheim, the genius behind such musicals as Into the Woods, Sweeney Todd, A Little Night Music, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum, The Frogs, Roadshow, I've Gone Real Obscure, Assassins, Merrily We Roll Along, Follies. One of my absolute icons, one of the most celebrated composers, lyricists, particularly for his lyrics and for their brilliance and their wit and their cleverness in the world of musical theatre. Maybe he, from above, finds it tickling that Aunt Juliet is currently playing at this theatre. That has been more than 30 seconds here at the Stephen Sondheim Theatre.
Right, I'm going to do this one now, whilst I'm here. So I'm going to do the Sunset Blvd walk.
As long as I'm back on 45th and 44th by the 45-minute mark, because I know there's a lot of stuff that I can check off right there in that area, especially by the St. James, and then we'll finish, ideally, doing the Sunset Walk, which will take me no more than 2 minutes. That'll be our grand finale.
Right, so I've made it to the St. James Theatre. So they come out of here, then he comes down here for a walk. We watched them do this in the snow recently when we watched it outside. You can see that video on my Instagram, but you can also head to Kate's YouTube channel to watch a whole video about the whole process of how it works in the alternate versions. They did a really cool job of that. So we walk this way, round the corner, down here, right into the middle of Schubert Alley, back where I started. I've done a lot of back and forth already. Maybe this is a bad idea. I'm going to come around here, say hello to the Sunset Blvd, and then we're going to go back. I bet they've gone really far away and are working their way back here, whereas I'm doing like a slowly. I think I'm just going to try and do as much as I can in a nearby vicinity. So then I made it back to the St James, and then they go back in through there. That's what they do. They just go there and back. The funny thing I can do is, one of them is to spell your names with light bulbs. James is there. James is there. I will try and do it individual letters everywhere. I think I'm going to try with the Schuberts and see if I can just do it there, just with the letters there. But if not, I just want to say I can get James there, and I think that's really funny.
Now we have another task, which is to walk between two theatres on different streets without going up an avenue. So I am on 44th at the moment, and there's a little cut through from 44th to 45th. Or maybe I'm on 43rd. So I'm on 43rd at the moment, and there is a little cut through between 43rd and 44th. And it's this parking garage here. There's this little pedestrianised route down here, and this is going to take us up to the next street. There are a lot of easier ways to do this task, but I'm doing this one. Okay, emerging from the parking garage, taking me up to the Hudson Theatre on 44th. There you go. Without ever approaching an avenue, I have walked between two Broadway theatres on different streets. While we are here at the Hudson, let's do our next task, which is going to be going to a theatre and talking about the first show you saw there and the last show you saw there. The first thing I ever saw here at the Hudson was the Tony Award-winning revival of Merrily We Roll Along, a musical by Stephen Sondheim. It all comes together. The most recent thing I saw here was Once Upon a Mattress, another musical revival, and next week I'm going to see this, the last 5 years. So there you go, multiple shows at the Hudson.
We are here at the stage door to the Winter Garden Theatre. One piece of stage door etiquette is that when you bring something to sign, bring something from that show. A lot of people try to bring items from like different shows the person's been in, and especially when it's a celebrity, you want to bring an item from the show that they're currently in, and not from a different show that you saw. Also, my favorite piece of etiquette is be happy for everybody coming out of those doors. And one really good piece of stage door etiquette as we're walking is check the pronouns of the people that you are really wanting to meet before you meet them, because there's been some issues, especially on national tours, of non-binary performers being misgendered at the stage door, and we don't like that. That's not fun. While we are here, we are walking by Ellen's Stardust Diner. This is one of the 2 restaurants that I know of in New York with singing waiters. That is, and I will say, this is the first time that I have not seen a line outside of Ellen's Stardust Diner. So there you go.
Okay, so we are at the Hayes Theatre, which is next door, next to the St James where I just was, and this is Purpose, which is currently running there, and we saw it last night, so I'm going to do a 45-second review about the show. So this show takes place, it's all about like the different generations of a family. It's dramatic, I loved it. It's interesting to see how generations kind of religion and the difficulties that occur when people's beliefs go against each other's, and kind of what people will do to keep their families together, the extent that people will go, the extent that history and kind of identity can affect when it's the family together. But all the performers are incredible. Like, I feel like the majority of this cast could easily get Tony nominated. Like, Latanya Richardson-Jackson has one of the best monologues in Act 2, and we went in knowing nothing about it, which sometimes is the best when you want to get really immersed in a play. So that is my quick review of Purpose.
Now, I've come to the Belasco where Maybe Happy Ending is playing because I love it so, so much, but also there is a cover going on today. Yes, I can see it through the window. Oh my gosh. The role of Oliver will be played by Stephen today. Darren Criss is out of the show at the moment. I think he might even be making his debut today. We love an understudy moment. We love to celebrate understudies in the theatre and on Broadway. So yay. How fun, and also fun for me, because that was a 5-point task.
And here we are at the box office for Good Night and Good Luck. So the box office is currently open. So this is where the rush line would actually take place. And because the box is behind me, the rush line will probably start right around here in the mornings. So this is the first door. So the first person will line up like right here, and then the line will start going backwards. So that is the rush line for the Winter Garden. The box office opens up at 10 most days of the week, with the exception of Sunday when they open up at noon.
Okay, so here is the marquee for the Schubert. Can I make my name with these letters? A in the theatre, ER in Schubert, O in from, N in kitchen, K, cool, no J, annoying. A in A, M in musical, E in new, S in musical. So now I just need a J, which I can get at John Proctor's The Villain. I'm really sorry, I'm in the same theatres. I'm doing like what we don't always love, which is being really like, get everything in the same places, but I'm nervous. So I'm trying to bank as many as I can here. I mean, there's so many theatres here that like, it makes sense to stay in the same 2 streets for ages, but I feel like there's going to be lots of, does that count, Aaron? Does it really count? But at the very top there is a J, so let me show you. Oh, it's all the way up there. It's all the way up there. You can see it up there. There's a J. There's a J up there. Hi,
we're doing a scavenger hunt, and I have to find one piece of One Schubert Alley exclusive merch, which I see a ton of.
Right behind you.
Oh, literally, right there, we see the sticker. So here we have the actual One Schubert Alley merchandise with the One Schubert Alley exclusive sticker on. There you go. This is the new location by the Winter Garden, which I kind of love because it's like huge. And they have so much more merch than the smaller location. Awesome, thank you.
Of course.
I'm detouring to go to the Broadway up close, little marketplace stall in the middle of Times Square where I'm going to pick out my favorite pin. It is here, FYI, in the middle of busy Times Square, just outside of whatever this is, McDonald's and Popeyes. You can find Broadway up close. They do brilliant tours around the theatre district. They are so brilliant, they're so knowledgeable. Check these people out, but they also sell great and cute little gifts and merchandise. And I'm going to pick out one of my favorite pins. And I love that they have the signage ones down here with all of the different marquees from all of the different theatres. They also sell a little cloth that you can hang them on that you can see over there. And I really like the Al Hirschfeld. That's another theatre named for a person, and it's got a little caricature of him there. There you go, in his own signature style. That's pretty damn special. So that's going to be my favorite.
Showcase a merch item like you're on the shopping channel. I guess we could do that right now. Let's do that right now. Okay. What is my favorite piece of merchandise? Oh, obviously the dog. All right. We have the Chowsy plush from the Gypsy Revival, which is adorable. Also, this is a beanbag, which I did not realize until I'm holding it right now. For only, it's free. For only $30, you too could own the Chowsy plush from the Gypsy Revival featuring Audra McDonald.
I'm going to do this one now. We're going to go into the Marriott Marquis Theatre to go and find the new marquee for one of the newest residents of Broadway, Stranger Things. I've not seen this yet, so let's go. So we've just gone inside, and to get to the Marriott Marquis Theatre, you take the escalator, and we have made it. And here it is. When you get up to the top of that escalator, you find the house. This is humongous. My gosh. Wow. So this is the new entrance into the Marriott Marquis Theatre inside the Marriott Hotel. Yeah, this is it. This is so cool. I like it a lot more than the West End, I'm not gonna lie, because that just is an event. Wow.
And while we are in Times Square, all these tasks are all very close together. I'm going to, for I think just like 1 point, stand in Times Square and name 5 shows that are set in New York, that take place in New York. One of those is Hamilton. New York, the greatest city in the world. Another one is a chorus line. They're auditioning for a Broadway show. Another one is In the Heights. Another one is, oh my gosh, West Side Story, of course. Obviously, there are so many shows set in New York. That has been for the last 5 years, largely set in New York. Is there another better one that I can say that takes place? New York, New York. Bam, bam, ba-da-dam. There you go. Of course, also set in New York and very celebratory of the city as well. There you go. More points to me.
All right, we're gonna go over to Wicked, which is right across the street. Oh, you know what's also at Wicked? A Tony Award-winning show. Oh, you know what Wicked also is? A show based on a book. We found one. We love that. Oh my gosh, wait. I think I just found an ad for a closed show. Is that on here? Yes, find evidence or an ad of a closed show right across the street. I will flip this camera. Is an ad for Kowalski, which was playing on Broadway and has since closed. So there you go. I think it closed. And I also think I can count off Broadway shows.
I'm feeling not too shabby at all. I'm actually thinking I need to keep my eyes open a little bit more for some unexpected Broadway performers on the street. Not a matinee day today, it's a Friday, so not necessarily a reason for them to be out and about this far in advance of a show. Heading back towards where we started, and I'm just going to zip back over to Schubert Alley here and do a couple of things here first. One of our tasks was to show a holographic poster, and this Aladdin one is so magic. It's not a digital screen, that is holographic, showing you different images there. What Disney magic is that? Come on now. We're seeing more and more posters that work like this. It's genius, it makes people stop and take notice, but it's also really magical. Bit show-stopping, just like Broadway.
We also have Circle in the Square right here. The most recent show that I saw at Circle in the Square was the Romeo and Juliet revival. And then the first show that I saw at Circle in the Square, I believe, was Spelling Bee, 25th Annual Putnam's County Spelling Bee, which I was a guest speller in, which was very exciting. All right, we are at Wicked. What is the current time on the time dragon clock? It is, I don't know how to tell time, 9:07? 9:07 on the time dragon clock. Can you even see that? Here, I'll flip the camera around. There you go. Brilliant. Also, look at all the merch. Woo! All right, there's Wicked, based off of the book by, oh gosh, I forgot his name. We also love here's Lencia Cabete, who's the first full-time Black Elphaba on Broadway. Overdue. Gregory Maguire wrote the book. Also, Wicked did win a Tony. This is what Idina Menzel won her Tony for playing the role of Elphaba in 2004. Unfortunately, Wicked lost Best Musical to Avenue Q, which I think was fully justified. Oh, also technically, we have Wicked here on 51st, and the Circle in the Square is on 50th. So those are two different shows without walking down an avenue that you can get to by going down this little pathway. I'm gonna count that. I mean, we're gonna do it more than once today, but I am definitely gonna count that.
So I've come to One Schubert Alley, one of my favorite merchandise shops here on Broadway, and these Shiz University jumpers, if anyone likes Wicked, and who doesn't like Wicked, are exclusive to One Schubert Alley. You can get it at either of their locations, one down here on Schubert Alley, the other one up by the Winter Garden. I feel like I'm doing things in a weird order here, and I've got to get focused. So we're going to make our way over to the St. James via the Hayes. Same to you, sir. And we're going to do the full Sunset Boulevard. The road is currently really quiet, and I have to cross this street twice to do the full Sunset Boulevard without causing a spectacle, any more so than is already necessary.
Right, I'm going to do rush line information at this theatre, but first I'm going to go to the back of Imperial where Smash is, because I might as well recreate the bad Cinderella moment. So I have to spray can my name and then do the kick, I think. Oh, they're no longer gold doors. We've not been around here yet. So this used to be the gold doors where the famous spray kick moment happened. Now, it's this. This is not going to work as well, but here we go. So we're going to spray can. A, E, R, O, N, and then I'm not your Cinderella, I'm your bad Cinderella. Kick. I did it. Did I fully not perform it? Yes. Am I trying to be quick? Yes. Because I dilly-dallied in the market, and I've just dilly-dallied in general.
We're here at the Hayes Theatre, operated by Second Stage Theatre Company, where Purpose is currently playing. I just saw it, which means I can do a very simple one-point task, which is coming to a theatre where there is a play and reviewing it for 30 seconds. So, start that clock. This is a new play from the thrillingly exciting playwright Brendan Jacobs Jenkins. You may have seen Appropriate. It starts with like shades of Cat on a Hot Tin Roof and then goes very much off-piste in an exciting new direction. It is told from the perspective of the son of a very important family within black culture after the civil rights movement. The father, named Solomon Jasper, was a big figure within faith and spirituality, something that he talks about with his son. They have differing interpretations of it. There's a chaotic dinner party scene, as we have seen in many plays, the likes of like August Osage County spring to mind. It is so well written, brilliant performances, exceptional performances, and great writing. No one will make you gasp in a theatre like Brendan Jacobs Jenkins. And that is my 30-second review of Purpose. By this point, there may be a longer one on YouTube, so feel free to go and check that out.
That is Chicago. We don't want that. I just realized cabaret is that way. I went the wrong direction. Do I want to hit that? Yeah, we still want to go. All right, we're going to 50-second. I got the August Wilson and the Ambassador mixed up, which is not the first time I've done that. But we are going to show you the entrance to the Kit Kat Club, since I'm probably not going to get to 40-second to do the 40-second dance. This is going to be a lot closer. Oh, that's going to kill some time, unfortunately. Oh, it is starting to get hot in this coat, y'all. Oh no. And we're only at the halfway point. Oh no.
I'll be honest, having not vlogged in New York and being slightly anxious, mixed with just not preparing is maybe not the best mix for running around New York. But you live and you learn. So we are at the L'Enfantin Theatre, and if you are queuing for the rush line, it starts where this big sign is. This big sign here, this was where we rushed for Sweeney Todd, and the pigeon fell on my head, stood on my head. Right, it dropped on my head, and Mickey will insert the clip now of that moment when her pigeon decided to stand on my head whilst I was in the rush line for Sweeney Todd.
Oh my god! A pigeon just landed on his head.
And I remained chill, but afterwards was not chill.
Sure, I came out here to make my name. Wanted my pool, my dose of fame. Wanted my parking space at Warner's across the street. But after a year of one-room hell, a Murphy bed, a rancid smell, wallpaper peeling at the corners, people are judging me for this. Sunset Blvd, Headline Boulevard, secretive and rich, a little scary. Sunset Boulevard, Restless Boulevard. I'm getting these adjectives the wrong way around. Waiting there to swallow the unwary. Okay, we are at 51st by my favorite Taco Bell to go to pre-show. You know what? Nothing hits like a good Taco Bell cheesy gordita crunch. What if I take the subway to 42nd Street? Oh, here we go. We got Book of Mormon on a trash can. Hey!
Oh, actually, I've already showed you holographic posters, but these are too. These are my favourite ones at Death Becomes Her, because it makes so much sense with the show. So, fun fact, I can't see it. Mickey told me that you can see something from Little Mermaid at the L'Enfantin if you look down the side, and I can't see it.
I'm treading water, comfortable cupboards, 5 star showers, 10 star room service. Oh my god, I got to the right place at the right time. Where's the poster? Where's the poster? Where's the poster? Did they get rid of the poster? I went too far. And if I'm honest, I like the lady. I find her rather touched by her folly. I'm treading water. Well, I'm a writer. LA has changed a lot over the years since those great gold rush pioneers came in their creaky covered wagons.
All right, we are almost to the Kit Kat Club. There it is. So when it gets really busy, the line will actually come all the way to here, but I will show you the entrance. Here we have door number 1, which is one of the secondary entrances. This is where it exits out. And door number 2, which is the main hallway where you see like everybody take the photo ops. It is this one right here. That is door number 2. That is the entrance to the Kit Kat Club.
As far as they could go, end of the line. Their dreams were yours and their dreams were mine, but in their dreams were hidden dragons. Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard. Just like you, they'll wind up in the ocean. That's the one. Here on Sunset Boulevard. I must have another verse. This is not enough to get me back to the theatre.
Right, we're heading to Times Square. I'm doing my 5 musicals, and I'm getting out of Times Square as quickly as possible because too many people, you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. That's my reasoning. Not just that it's busy. But this is the famous Times Square. Hello. So, we are talking now, you're just going to hear And by Set Mind Everywhere, which is a song from Hell's Kitchen, which also is a jukebox musical, but I didn't class that one for the jukebox musical moment because I did everything at those shows, those 2 theatres. That's a bit unfair. Oh, there are so many bins that have shows on them, and that was one of the moments. Show that without thinking about it. Chicago, Operation Mincemeat's on a bin over there, as is MJ. Let's show Mincemeat. Boom!
Boulevard. There we go. I did the full walk, taking me back. At this point, I would go into the auditorium and everyone would applaud me. But that's not going to happen right now because there is no audience in there. And no one asked me to do this, except myself. Over to the Majestic Theatre then, where we'll pick up another little 1-point task, which is to go to a musical and say what your favourite song from it is. What's my favourite song from Gypsy, I wonder? Is it Some People? Is it Rose's Turn? I feel like it has to be Rose's Turn. Like, you write something as extraordinary as Rose's Turn. It's iconic for a reason. It is a beautiful culmination of this fantastic, outstanding material. Yeah, it has to be Rose's Turn.
So, 5 musicals set in New York. New York. Little Shop of Horrors. Hell's Kitchen. Annie. And 5th one, Newsies. There we go. 5. Done. Let's leave. I did not even plan this, but I'm about to pass Friedman's, which is where Girls Broadway Rose is, which is where you can see the singer waiters. This is our favourite place to see singer waiters. Ellen's maybe is the most famous, but this one's the best one if you want musical theatre songs, because in all honesty in Ellen's you don't often actually hear musical theatre, whereas here at Girls Broadway Rose at the Friedman you do. And they are so good, they are so talented. You might recognise a lot of those people from TikTok. They're there.
We have just passed the 30-minute mark, and that's probably why I am panicking, because there is a lot still to do. I'm doing really well with the lower point tasks. I need to get some of those higher ones.
We are currently at the halfway point. Oh no, we're actually a little past the halfway point. Oh no, we need to hurry up. We definitely need to start heading back to at least the 40s.
We talked about understudies already, but I'm here at the Booth Theatre. John Proctor is the villain, currently playing here. But when I saw Kimberly Akimbo here, the second time I saw it, I saw the brilliant Miguel Gil, who was understudying the role of Seth Wheatus. So charming, so funny, really shifted the way that role played in the show and the dynamic. Not better, not worse, just different, which is sometimes the most exciting thing about seeing understudies, especially when they bring a slightly more unique interpretation to the role. He felt like a very different kind of a character. I thought he was really fantastic.
We're over halfway through. Does anyone here do pre-show theatre and say it's just pre-show theatre? No, I'm seeing a lot of like prefix menus, but not pre-theatre specifically. Right, we're at 6. What can I do for 6? I'm trying to think. Oh, we saw Holly Conway on when we first saw 6 here, who was incredible. She was on for Catherine of Aragon, and I remember just seeing like that character in general. I think really works with an American performer, because like Beyonce was an inspiration for that role, and I think she just brought it. And then we saw her in other shows, and I've always remembered her name since, and that doesn't happen like always with performers, particularly like if you've not known them in shows before. That's a performance I'll always remember.
Oh, we have the Chicago Girls. I'll take one, thank you. Hey, Chicago's a show I've seen. Chicago is a musical. It is the longest running musical currently on Broadway now that Phantom closed. It originated at the Encores at New York City Center in 1996. That production then transferred to Broadway, where it has played ever since. Now, it has moved theaters a couple times on Broadway. It currently is playing at the Ambassador Theater, which is a very unique theater in that it's kind of like shaped diagonally inside. If you look at the blueprints, it's been, oh my gosh, and look what we found, the Ambassador Theater.
Next, we're going to visit the Creel residence, aka the facade covering the entrance of the Marquis Theatre, which you can find in the Marriott Marquis Hotel. We are heading up the escalator to go and check out Stranger Things: The First Shadow. Dramatically and slowly coming to you. Oh, it's so much bigger than I thought it would be. Wow. Well, there is no way you're missing that as a hotel guest here. And here it is. You can see the lobby area through there, but in front of it, we have this. Not dissimilar to how the theatre where the show's playing in London looks. That's the Phoenix Theatre. Creepy person standing in the window. But yeah, how cool is this? Here at the Marriott Marquis, in anticipation of Stranger Things, which has its first preview tonight. I briefly thought I couldn't find any down escalators. Please don't trap me with the creepy house in the Marriott Marquis.
This is the Samuel J. Friedman Theatre, where Old Friends currently is. The first show we saw here was Prayer for the French Republic, and the last show that we saw here was Eureka Day on our last trip. I don't think we're going to see it this trip, but very exciting, and there's so many Western names in there right now, which is very cool. So, yay Old Friends, but also yay for Freeman. Love it. Best seats.
Taking my chances with this revolving door. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, is this how I die? Okay, no, we're fine. I need to pick up the pace a little bit because I've got 23 minutes left, and there's too many things I want to do. I want to go quite far up. I wanted to get to the Gershwin. I'm going to have to really get a move on.
Unfortunately, there's no understudies on right now, but we are at Hadestown. This is one of my favorite musicals. Oh, and my favorite song from Hadestown is probably the Hadestown Reprise. When, Eurydice's like, I'm coming, wait for me, I hear the words repeating. That song? Oh, love that song. But I also love a chant too. But also, while I'm here, I saw an understudy performance here that I absolutely adored. I've actually seen a lot of understudy performances at Hadestown, but the most recent one that I saw was Jessie Shelton on for Eurydice. She's absolutely incredible. She's one of the original Fates, and she went on for Eurydice recently, and I just love her voice from 36 Questions, and getting to see her on as Eurydice was incredible.
Currently passing through the lobby of the Edison Hotel, and through there you can find Friedman's Cafe, the home of Gale's Broadway Rose, where you will get singing musical theatre waiters. Ellen's Stardust Diner is the more historically well-known place where you can find those, but I prefer Gale's Broadway Rose because they sing musical theatre. I changed my mind, I'm going the other way. We're going to the TKTS line to count how many people are in it, because that I think is worth 3 points. We're also going to look for a Broadway bus in a spot where they usually tend to hang out. I'm seeing a lot of buses. I'm not seeing buses promoting Broadway shows. That is not ideal for me today. How am I back in Times Square? This is never my plan in life.
My whole big thing today has been like, I don't want to walk that far. I just want to risk the timings and then screwing up by being adventurous. And I've been nervous about doing this, I'll be honest. I feel the other two have been a lot more relaxed than I have. The TKTS line is too long to count. I have decided I don't want to stand there and count them, so not doing that.
What if I count all the people in the TKTS line now? That'll be crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 50, oh my God.
There's the TKTS line. It again looks really busy. So we are skipping that one. We do not have time. We only got 20 minutes left.
91, 93, 95, 96, 98, 104, 107, no. Okay, this is actually too hard. I can't count how many people are in line at TKTS. I lost count.
I've probably done this the wrong way around because I'm walking up Broadway now quite far through rather than doing this at the start and then working down and trying to get everything done near Sheba Alley, which I bet is what Kate's done. 100% think Kate has gone. Kate's going to do everything, like probably now, is headed towards Sheba Alley and is doing like the Boulevard Walk and all the bits she can do there.
I think I can do it. I think I can do it, but it has already been so long. We've been going for 40 minutes and I've done a lot of them, but I think I've been spending too much time at some of the stops. If I could just find a Broadway performer, we would be golden.
And now I'm walking all the way up to 50th and 51st because I want to get like the Mirror, based on the book, because Gatsby, which maybe it wasn't the best idea. I really want to see a theatre bus because I've just walked up.
Hilariously, I was like, let's pivot here. Let's grab a flyer from the street team of one of these shows because they have people out with flyers. I mean, with more than 200 people easily in that queue, it's definitely great to try and convince people to get tickets. And he was like, are you Mickey Jo? And I was like, yes. And he was like, oh, I've seen your video on this show. So to complete the task, this is Death Becomes Her. I've seen it twice on Broadway. It's that good. It's delicious. It's campy. It's gay. I think it's better than the movie. Honestly, it's got great fun songs. It's got a wonderful pair of leading ladies in Jennifer Samard and Megan Hilty. It is the funniest thing currently on Broadway as far as I'm concerned. It's a great time. You won't be disappointed. Go and see Death Becomes Her, everybody. I would hand you the flyer, but that's not how technology works yet. Who knows where we're going? Who knows where I'm going? I literally haven't planned this far ahead, and I'm going back on myself, which is not smart. I'm really just darting across at the moment. Probably only 20 minutes left. I've got to get some points in quick.
Now, Broadway Up Close, the booth is famous for their pins of all of the different marquees. I have like 6 of them at this point, but I will show you my favorite one is, the first one I got is actually the music box, BAM, which is my first Broadway theater, but my favorite one is probably Circle in the Square. All right, done. Bye.
You know, let's skip Gatsby. I'm sure I can find something else. It's based on a book. I mean, The Outsiders is. Ooh, just in time to jukebox musical. So we're going to the Gershwin and to the Circle in the Square, which are both together. I know no songs from Just in Time. I will find out a song that I know from this and sing it, because I'm sure I do.
Not a Broadway celebrity, but just over there, Jacques from the Real Housewives of New York. Is this restaurant offering me a pre-theatre menu? If not, why not?
Here is Just in Time. Now, we have to get a selfie with a mirror. So you can see me there. There's me walking. Let's get a selfie. The time tracking clock is here, and it says it is, oh, it's twisted. So where 12 should be is 1. So I have to lean like this. It is 10 minutes past 10. Yeah. I'm trying to think if that should be already in the show, and I should know that. I'm anxious, peeps. I don't need to remember. I don't need to tell you if that's from the film.
Well, what we can do is be here at the stage door for 6 at the Lena Horne Theatre. You'll find that to the right-hand side of the marquee. And while I'm here, I'll give you one piece of stage door advice, which is be patient, be kind, don't be rude, don't grab the performers without their consent or at all, and have no sense of expectation. Like, you're not entitled to anything, so don't act like it. 15 minutes. I'm gonna head up to Wicked and Cabaret and hope to make it back in time. 7 minutes there, 7 minutes back. It feels bold. Even if I lose a couple points on minutes, it's still worth it to get there to do like 2 or 3 3-point tasks, I think.
All right, we are on 44th. We're doing good. We got about 15 minutes. This is when I wanted to be back at Schubert Alley, but that is not happening today. Oh, I just realized I haven't gone to a jukebox musical yet. Oh no.
Just in time. Oh no, I just need to know Bobby Darin's song. Bobby Darin. What does he sing? I need to get back to Schubert Alley. Oh, Matt the Knife. Oh, Beyond the Sea. I do know his songs. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, together let's I'll go sailing. You might also know that song from Finding Nemo, which is then sung by Robbie Williams, who you would know as the person that Better Man, the new movie musical, is based on, where he is a monkey.
Do I have to actually go to the Genie Lamp? The Genie Lamp is right up there, and I wish for winning the Scavenger Hunt that all of my favorite shows have really long, healthy Broadway runs. Well, really any Broadway show, let's be honest. And I wish that, oh gosh, I wish that I one day win the Othello lottery before it closes on Broadway. There we go.
One of our tasks is find evidence of a closed show. Romeo and Juliet used to be at the Circle in the Square, and they used to use those for the stage door, but now it is Jonathan Groff in Just in Time. But also across the street, there is still a poster for Kowalski, show I told you about earlier, which was down on 42nd Street off Broadway. That's closed. Meanwhile, 2 more tasks. We're here at Wicked, which is a show based on a book. That was one of the tasks. Go to a show based on a book, based, of course, on Wicked, The Life and Times of the Wicked Witch of the West by Gregory Maguire. Another task was tell the time on the Time Dragon clock. I'll let you do that with me. If we peer through here, what time is on the Time Dragon clock? The shorthand is pointing just above the 9, and the longhand is pointing just after the 2. Oh no, it's on its side. It's askew. Sorry, that's the 10. Midnight is tilted to the left because the whole thing is a bit askew there. So that is just after 10 past 10, according to the Time Dragon clock.
If you're wondering, I fully said no to going below Schubert Alley. I just didn't want to. Well, I went to the street below Schubert Alley, but I didn't want to go any lower. I had just decided it wasn't worth it, and that area I find really hard to traverse quickly, whereas everything north of Schubert Alley is quite easy. Is there anything I can do at Chicago? No.
While we are waiting for this light to change, let's do a little dance on 42nd Street. Woo! Done, done, done. We are here at the Todd Hames Theater, and if I walk this way, dun, 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 here I am at New 42nd. This is the Duke on 42nd. That is an off-Broadway space where Kowalski played. Let's go, let's go. Maybe the shortest Broadway to off-Broadway, other than at the Lincoln Center, but I wasn't going all the way there.
12 minutes left, and there are 2 5-point tasks I think that I can do. They're worth more to me than the 2 points at the Kit Kat Club. I hope someone's taken you to the Kit Kat Club and helped you figure out where the entrance is, and if not, I can only apologize.
Just knowing which ones to do and which ones not to do, hard. So I don't need to do MJ now, so that's gone. Dead Outlaw, I mean, it's an upcoming show. I haven't done it off-Broadway and Broadway theatres. Annoyingly, I just passed New World Stages, so that could have happened.
New World Stages is just down that street. I wonder if anyone took you there for their off-Broadway theatre. I'm starting to get curious about what the other 2 did. I will presumably meet with them in just over 10 minutes' time. I wonder who's going to be the first to get back. I wonder who's going to be the last.
We are at the St. James. Let's see if they have Diego up on the board yet. Yes, there he is. Joe Gillis, Diego, Artie, Brandon, and we have 2 swings on. Yes, done. All right. We got it, we got it, we got it. Let's do this walk. Let me pull up the lyrics. We're gonna do this legit.
I didn't do the bad bit of Cinderella. Well, the bad bit with my name on the smash door, but I did my name. And on here it says, pretend to spray bad at your name. Do I have to do bad? I will genuinely go back and just do bad just to ensure I'm covered. But I only have 10 minutes. We can do this. Whee!
I was just here. I was here earlier and I didn't do this. I'm so dumb. This has not been streamlined whatsoever. If I lose today, it's because of poor planning. So the task is to pretend to spray bad Cinderella, but with our names, on the golden doors of the Imperial Theatre where it played. They're not golden. I mean, you can see that they are beneath the decals. But here we go. I'm not your MickeyJoTheatre, I'm your bad MickeyJoTheatre, indistinguishable. I'm not your MickeyJoTheatre, I'm your bad MickeyJoTheatre. Foot kick.
Sure, I came out here to make my name. Wanted my pool, my dose of fame, wanted my parking space at Warner's. Oh, I'm already behind. Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, it's busy. It is very busy. Oh my gosh, is that a stand with flyers on? There is a stand with flyers. Okay, flyers. Wicked. Whoa! Ow! Ow! A choice. This is a flyer for Wicked, which we just went to. Why should you see Wicked? If you want to know what happens in part 2 of Wicked, go and watch the show. I mean, I saw it recently in the West End. Defying gravity, breathtaking moment, one of the best Act 1 finales ever. It lives up to the hype. Book your tickets. I'm gonna go this way. I did not know what I was doing then. I was just standing and talking and going around. But I need to go and write bad on a wall.
I'm surprised, given how condensed the theatre district is here, that I haven't run into either of the other two. I just had a terrible feeling that they might have watched me do that and embarrassed myself, but haven't seen them. I hope they're well.
This is the Sunset Boulevard run. And if I'm honest, I like that lady. I can't help being touched by her folly. That's Freddie Water. The boxes are the ensemble. Well, I'm a writer. Hello! That was Kara.
Right, Richard Rogers. I'm going to say it wasn't walking into the theatre. It should take me not longer than 30 seconds, but we'll say it will. Famous for his collaborations with Oscar Hammerstein II, and musicals include Oklahoma, Carousel, like basically all of your, like, what's the most beloved musicals of all time. This guy. They were the duo that created the musicals that really defined what a triple threat musical is, where the music, the dance, and the book all mean so much. Honestly, a legend, which is why there's a theatre named after him, because he made such an impact.
Oh no, there's cars. This is Plan D. And then he goes through these doors. Oh, we're almost there. And he goes through these doors and up on the stage. Walk complete. All right, we have about 6 minutes left. Oh, can we get to the Imperial in time? That is the question.
B, A, D. There we go. I did it.
Oh my gosh, that was so intense. Oh shoot, while I'm here, I almost forgot. Sunset Boulevard has a reflective surface on the top of the St. James. Let's take a selfie. Hi. Okay. Mirror selfie at a theater. Complete.
I have my camera ready. Just under 5 minutes left. Going to the Al Hirschfeld Theatre, which I told you about earlier, where Moulin Rouge is playing. This is another one where you could see evidence of its former name. There's a window over there that says the Martin Beck. But we're here to take a mirror selfie with the ceiling. Click. Lovely. I can also tell you that Moulin Rouge won multiple Tony Awards. It's probably listed here somewhere on the building. Winner of 10 Tony Awards. There you go, including Best Musical. They've just given me the answer. I was going to tell you that Aeron James won for Best Leading Actor in a Musical. 2 tasks, 1 theatre. Efficiency.
I won't have won this. I'm already saying this. Like, I've accepted 3rd place. I will happily take 3rd place. I can feel proud of myself that I did so much. Oh, based on a book. This just is the book. I am standing by the picture of Dorian Gray at the Music Box Theatre, which is based on the iconic book by Oscar Wilde. Yay! I'm walking back. I'm early. I am 4 minutes early. Will anybody already be here? Will I regret this? Maybe. I've been really safe in my travels.
K for Kate. M for Marie. And where's the R? R for ranking. That's KMR. We did it. We did it. So the Creel residence and the Imperial are both the same. The Creel residence is closer to the Schubert. So I'm gonna run to the Imperial. We're gonna do the bad at the Imperial doors. We have less than 3 minutes left.
This is the third time I'm walking down this street. This time to show you the marquee light bulbs up on the top of the building to find my initials, which are M, J, B, not T. My surname is not actually theatre. Plot twist. If we look up there, M, J, B. Lovely. I have 2 minutes remaining. Can I make it to Sardi's and back to see if they talk about pre-theatre dining? Absolutely, yes I can.
Can I go over to a Christmas bar? They will not do pre-theatre menus. Carmine's is right there, and I'm certain they do, but it's just too far across for me to. Oh, does Juniors? Right, I'm right next to Juniors, but I'm sure they do one. But I just don't know if they call it a pre-theatre menu. I'm already here.
This is not gonna be fancy. All right, B, A, T, and kick. All right, we got it. Let's go, let's go. I'm not your smash, I'm your bad smash. We're dodging buses, but we're gonna get to the Creel residence if it kills us.
Unbelievably, they do not explicitly talk about pre-theatre dining at Sardi's. I've got a minute and a half. Maybe Carmine's do? Let's go see if Carmine's do. I can look down the alley and see if the others are there yet. I don't think they're there. I don't think I see anyone.
Lunch combos, no. Theatre menu, peeps. We don't do a theatre menu. Sadness. Although I did see a friend just. I was going to say hi to. Oh, they've gone. It's fine.
While we're here, we're gonna review a play in 30 seconds. Here is John Proctor's The Villain. It is one of the best new plays on Broadway. This new play, written by Kimberly Bellflower, is a fantastic play that explores this group of teenage girls who are studying the Crucible and also dealing with some really awful shit that has happened in their community and how that has affected them both directly and indirectly. Starring Sadie Sink, featuring an incredible cast of performers. John Proctor's The Villain is only playing until July 6th, and it is so good, I cannot recommend you go see it enough. All right, we're going to the Creel residency.
I shouldn't rush over. If they're still doing tasks, I should still do tasks. There's a big group at Carmine's. Uh-oh. Carmine's... Carmine...
They should be here. And they're not. I don't want to time them how late they are. Because I'm that person. It was defo 3:23. I'm not losing a point. A single point. Not doing it.
We are literally counting down seconds to go. We got 60 seconds to complete this challenge. There it is. There is the house. Coolest entrance to a Broadway theater, hands down. And we are headed to Schubert Alley. Oh my gosh. Don't fall down the escalators. Don't fall down the escalators. It's the final countdown. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh no, we didn't go to a jukebox musical.
That is the timer going off on my phone, and I declare, oh, Aeron's here.
Just. He got here just.
Maybe he'll call me 1 minute late.
I really want to say that he was here like 5 minutes late. It's 3:44. What are you doing here?
Lies. So rude.
Unfortunately, I know zero Buena Vista Social Club songs. Oh, what a tragic point to lose. And we're going. I don't see any of them. There they are.
Kate Ranking running it in.
Oh my gosh, on time.
Still on time.
Yes. Here on Sunset Blvd.
So how do we feel?
I don't think I did enough.
I don't think I did enough.
I think I did a good amount. I may have won. I'm so tired.
Did anyone meet a Broadway performer? No,
I did not.
I didn't.
I did see Kara
That
while
should
doing
count.
the Sunset Boulevard walk.
Oh my god. Anyway, we're gonna count up our points and see who won. Oh my gosh. We have counted up the scores from the points. The winner was Kate Ranking! Yay!
Yeah.
What would you like to say in this moment of victory?
I can't believe I forgot Hell's Kitchen was a jukebox musical.
That was a lot, but we had fun. Thank you for watching. Let us know what your favourite part was in the comments, and if you'd like to see us do another Broadway or West End scavenger hunt and send suggestions of tasks that we can torture ourselves with next time. Thank you. I hope that everyone is staying safe and you have a stagey day. Bye. For 10 more seconds, I'm MickeyJoTheatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching. Have a stagey day. Subscribe!